about to start a 2017 Spring Conference with the IMF and World Bank. Discussion about what we can do as the investment banker, as the global developer, to come together to make a difference and transform our communities. I am here right now with Mr. Taylor. He just finished the moderation on the digital informal in Africa. So we have the participants from all over the world participate in to talk about the topic. Just tell the audience a little bit about the discussion today.
So the discussion today was the importance of informality in Africa, like in most parts, like in Asia and South America. There are a lot of businesses, the streets, on the sides that are not formal. So what we were discussing today was how those businesses are important to a country's economy. For example, if you open a small shop on the side of the road, how do you go about doing that and why that is important? But we are focusing on the digital. So the small internet shops in Africa, the small self-work shops in Africa.
Wow. So what's the takeaway from the discussion?
The takeaway was 60% of Africa's economy, 60%, we're talking half of the population relies on informal economy. 60% of people don't have registered businesses. But there's so much potential, there's a lot of money that's not counted there. And so, the takeaway basically is we need to pay attention.
You served as founder, chairman, and CEO of Dune Capital Management. You also founded One West Bank Group, serving as its chairman and CEO. And prior to that, you had served as a partner of Goldman Sachs. So, you bring with you a very impressive and diverse experience from the private sector in particular, and you bring all that into public service. We are very honored that you've accepted our invitation, and you can tell that this is highly valued because the mezzanine, the staircase, the full room is absolutely...
Christopher, thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Can you tell the audience about today?
Well, today Christine Lagarde had a very constructive, amiable interview, one-on-one, with the new United States Treasury Secretary. He's the official that maintains the connection with the United States official connection with international organizations like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. And Madame Lagarde was very diplomatic, very amiable, very well-spoken, and helped underscore to the Treasury Secretary the many constructive and positive things that the IMF and the bank and multilateral organizations do that help further everyone's interest. The United Nations, the United States, and developing countries as well. And I think she did a very constructive and positive job in helping outline how the IMF and other multilateral institutions really help advance the very same issues that the Trump administration is very interested in.
And if you could share one tip of empowerment, what would you advise?
Empowerment. Empowerment in terms of persuasion, in terms of
imagination.
Imagination. Well, I guess it's all a matter of, well, as Madame Lagarde today was so skillful, in connecting not only with the individual you're talking to, but with the broader audience beyond that individual. She helped underscore how the United States is helped in very practical ways by multilateral cooperation. That much as some skeptics might say, well, we should just think of America only, I think she helped broaden the conversation and say it's not just America only, but America perhaps first among equals, but first in the community of nations. And so I think she helped broaden the perspective of so many people in the audience that we share international challenges and we can exchange international.
People come to Washington once a year to work together to make the world safer and more prosperous.
Some have claimed that they have. Today, almost 10 years after the global financial crisis, we can step back and debate whether central bankers and regulators have a role to play in supporting inclusive growth. That goes hand in hand with pursuing the primary mandates of promoting monetary and financial stability. The impressive turnout in this room shows how timely these discussions are.
Of all documents about what technology is doing to our economy at the moment, the second machine age.
Hi Martin, thank you for moderating the discussion earlier. So a question for you, what's your thought about global financial turmoil?
I think the situation now is that things are really uncertain. We've seen the global economy pick up over the last 12 months roughly, and that's true in every region of the world. So things are going in the right direction, but what we've seen this week is that everyone is sitting rather still, just waiting to see what sort of policy the US government, the Trump administration, is going to pursue. Because the US is the biggest economy in the world, that will have a huge effect on pretty much everything else. So everyone for now is basically just waiting to see what happens. For now, the global economy is ticking over nicely, nothing spectacular, but it's going in the right direction. But everything is uncertain, so we'll see.
Thank you, Martin.
I think we are also quite positive on the, prospect of the economy. Of course, we are happy that the US economy is moving up, but of course, we need to enhance the drive of the global economy, not only driven by a few countries, but of course the emerging economy growth needs also to be elevated. This is where actually the capacity of policy of the emerging market has somehow been, faced or even constrained by the uncertainty and the impact of policy from the global economy, from the advanced countries.
And are you worried about protectionism? Is that still a concern? I mean, it was a concern a few months ago. Asia are always for global economy. We live with open trade to drive our economy.
What's different for me at the IMF spring meetings is that I go to them blind, and I take my guide dog, Erica. She finds all of these meetings amazingly interesting, which coming from a dog makes the meetings all the more fun and insightful for me.
Implemented again the Balance of Payments 6th edition framework, improved the coverage, the timeliness of the techniques, and the consistency, and again, it was a strengthened institutional arrangement because we had data sharing agreements, all the colors signed with the National Statistical Office and Customs. So again, it's the same kind of process.
Hello, this is Chintana with Andrea. And Andrea, you've been here for the whole week of our summit. Will you share your takeaway thought for the conference?
For me, the biggest takeaway has been the intersection of economics and technology. How neither, in its own right, is a be-all, end-all, be-all solution, but how the creative melding or merging of the two can lead to opportunities both on a governmental level as well as an individual level by empowering literally millions of people around the world to do things on their own, to focus and to modify their destiny in ways of their choosing that work for them to allow them to fulfill their potential.
Thank you so much. Well said. I'm here with Marcin, also the senior economist for World Bank. Marcin, you have attended the event all week. Will you share with our audience what's the takeaway for this conference?
I think it's been great spring meetings for the IMF and the World Bank, and I've learned a lot.
Hello, this is Chintana. I'm here with Vann. She's one of the journalists for the IMF Spring Conference 2017. Vann, can you share with us a little bit about your thought and the takeaway for IMF Spring Conference this week?
Yes, sure. So the buzzword I took away from this conference is inclusion. So during the whole conference, we're talking about including women in the economy, tapping into the power of women in the workforce, their talents and their professionalism. I found it to be immensely empowering, that makes a lot of economic sense. And the other layer of inclusion is to make technology work for everyone. So we see this populism movement across the globe, partly because people are left behind, not just by globalization, but also by technology. And they're talking about that, and I find it nice that people have awareness to that, although I still look forward to listen to more specific concrete proposals. And that's what I'm missing from this conference, but I look forward to more insights to come.
Thank you so much.